Hey everybody, it's Texas Stroker here, Lance's Performance Shop at LoneStarMopars.com. It is Friday night, it is currently 6:35. I got home at a decent time for the first time in forever. And this is an important video. How important, you ask? Well, ran a poll, and the consensus across the board was pretty much you wanted to see this item. The next in line was going to be pretty much whatever the other KC tool video would be, which is this one. And the next contingent of you wanted to see the SK Steals and Deals video. So that one's been done. It's been uploaded. I could have easily just rendered that out. However, this is sort of new and fresh, and I wanted to go ahead and give you an opportunity to see if you wanted to see it, and you did. So that's what we're going to do. I've turned the fan off, and it's like 95 degrees and humid. And it's not humid here, but it has been this year. So this video was important enough to turn the fan off. So just know that I am sweating behind the scenes for your enjoyment. So without further ado, what are we talking about here? Well, it is brand new from Knipex. It is the XS Pliers wrench. All right. So story goes, I guess I should kind of quickly recap some things for you. The reason I don't have any KC tool haul videos lined out and I have tons of boxes sitting here on the floor, I was holding out for the twin grips, right? And there are some people that got them really early, and I thought, well, it's not that big of a deal. And I had ordered the 2-component handles, you know, like the Superman theme. And I thought, well, cool, you know, as soon as those come in, I'll crank that video out. I'll have both to showcase. People can decide which one they want. It'll be perfect. These aren't coming for a long time, like maybe Christmas, Thanksgiving to Christmas if I'm lucky. I don't even know if we want to get excited about it. It might be early next year, but as soon as they come in, I'll probably make a video on that. But that's why you haven't seen the twin grips. And then this is something I guess, you know, not a lot of people have picked up yet, and it's pretty dadgum exciting. So from their little product launch, the twin grip, very special because it was designed by the North American team. But the Pliers wrench, as soon as this was launched right here, the Cobra XS, the popularity, the demand for it was high. People loved it. They said, oh, you got to do more of this stuff. Why don't you do a Pliers wrench? Well, Knipex isn't stupid, so that's what they did. They said, hey, people are going to buy this if we make it. So they made it, and people are buying them. As fate would have it, it's important that I have this here while that is there. The Pliers Wrench XS had been in stock at KC Tool. They got it this week, and they had very, very limited quantities. It says that when you click on the item. And it was literally in stock late last night when I checked Tool of the Day. Shelves and Motors came in this afternoon into the office. Boom, it's gone. So currently the Pliers Wrench XS is not available. Can't even back order at this point. So this is sort of like a, hey, you know, let me put this on my wish list type of an item, you know, and just monitor stock closely. Maybe they'll do a deal where you can sign up for emails or something. But the reason I bring this up is right here in the spirit of the Knipex XS line, right? XS not being excessive in this case, extra small, if you will. But the reason I bring this up, right now, if you were to go to new arrivals or sort by Knipex and the newest stuff, you're going to see the Cobra XS, but it's going to be different. Right here, there's going to be a KC tool. Somewhere in this area, there's going to be a serial number, right? Blank, blank, blank of 100. They're doing a special promo where you can purchase one for 50 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. You might even see it on Tool of the Day. I don't know, maybe today, right? But for 50 bucks, you can buy this. It's a little bit more, yes, than the standard version. The standard version currently in stock right before I made this video. It could sell out, though, be aware of that. But for 50 bucks, you're going to get one that is a special limited edition. There's literally only 100 of them made. It's got the KC Tool logo here, the serial number there. And what it is, if you buy it for 50 bucks, KC Tool is going to donate $100 towards the Habitat for Humanity. So if you follow them on social media, you see they kind of volunteer, do quite a bit for the local community. One of the charities they support being Habitat for Humanity. So if this has been on your bucket list, if this is something that you wanted to give people for Christmas, or you got birthdays coming up, now would be the time to buy it. Again, it's, you know, 10, 15 bucks more, sure, but well worth it in my opinion. Keep in mind the threshold for free shipping has bumped up to $75. So let's say maybe you do one you know, special edition, and then you do a standard. Maybe you pick up some other Knipex products, whatever. There's some other things we'll talk about later in the video you could also pick up for a good price. But wanted to go ahead and mention that. Again, I don't feel bad for talking about it because it's for a good cause. And if you have not figured this out yet, some of you like short and sweet videos. That's not really my cup of tea, but for your convenience, I put timestamps. So literally, when this thing comes out of the box, there will be a timestamp. If you look at it, you'll see like, oh, he's talking about some special edition plier. If that doesn't interest you, skip down. It really does not offend me in the slightest. I put that there for your convenience. So that's what we need to cover there. But the little Cobra XS now has a legitimate companion, and it's in this little box right here. I actually really do like the Knipex boxes. They're nothing fancy. They're not going to set the world on fire. You can tell they're like made of recycled materials, but it's just kind of cool. It's sort of like a modern throwback, if that makes any sense. But the label kind of detracts from that. But the part number, 8604-100. Again, this is designed, engineered, and forged in Germany. And in this little box, now, a lot of the times, I've had some stuff here for a long time, okay, and some of it's been used, some of it I try to keep, like, pristine, so it doesn't sway you any. I teased a picture of this before I made the poll, and man, does that thing look good. So it's in the package. I have not opened it at all, okay. When I first had this, I thought, man, is that like a metal key tag? And I was, like, super excited, and I realized it wasn't, sadly. And the sweat is already in my eyes. It is humidity here is not common. I can tell you that right now. But if you see my arms glistening a little more than they usually do, that's what the deal is. So, trying to keep the bag in good shape. I don't really know why, but that's what we're doing. It's, right here, man. I tell you what, it's a good thing these were here on the bench as well. Boom. Smooth as butter. More on those later. You might see some stuff out here if you pay attention. If you're a veteran viewer of the channel, that you're like, I don't think he's talked about those yet. That's because I haven't. So, you know, proceed at your own caution. But right there, this is kind of cool. I've never, I don't believe, had a Knipex product come with a little tag like that. So, pretty unique. We'll throw that off to the side. And oh, buddy, there she is. Let's just get right into it. So, specs on this sucker, we're going to be coming in at 4 inches. For you metric people, that's 100 millimeters. That's like the shaft of every Phillips #2 screwdriver that we've brought in for testing, right? So, we'll just grab one here handy. This is our Stahlwille 3K. And boom, if you look, the overall length, or OAL, whatever you want to call it, we go from the handle to the tip. They're about even, and that's again because 4 inches or 100 millimeters. So that is your size. That is what the XS is going to indicate. It will be, I mean, look, it's smaller than these little scissors. You know, like, we're talking, you know, small stuff here. So side by side with the Cobra, we can just get that out of the way for everyone that wants to see it. That's probably the money shot for a lot of you right there, right? So you'll note this is the black finish. This is sort of more of the chrome finish. I've got a little bit of both. I kind of gravitate more towards the black. With the Pliers wrench, though, you know, it kind of works either way, in my opinion. I've got a few of each in hand and in use. So, taking a look at this sucker, it shares a lot of the characteristics details with its larger counterparts, right? Most of mine are going to be 10-inch or 250 millimeter. The thing that is missing, just like with the Cobra XS, is going to be the push button. Now, if you're looking at that grid pattern there and you think, hey, there's like a lot of adjustments there, you know, what's the deal? Can't be that bad, right? No, there's actually 10 adjustments on this thing. You can see the part number here, 86-100, obviously 4-inch, going to be the XS. It's got a pinch guard, which is a nice feature for something this small. And the craziest thing is, okay, here it is in operation at position 1. If I go all the way down, keep in mind I've never used this, so there's a bit of a learning curve. But right here, that may not look like much to you, but pay attention more, not necessarily to the handles and how dainty it seems in my hand, but to the business end here. Parallel jaws, what is this at max capacity? 3/4 of an inch. Metric, what is that? 2190, something like that. I'm old school, okay? It's 3/4 of an inch. And that actually makes this thing pretty dadgum impressive. Let me kind of highlight that. right here, if I throw this tray down real quick, this is a set of SKX frames. Granted, some are on the truck or under it or something. But we go in this set from 3/8 to 3/4. A lot of wrench sets stop at 3/4. This little guy right here, okay, Pliers Wrench XS, we have the same capabilities. We can actually go smaller than 3/8, so it's technically more diverse than this complete set would be. But right here, our Big Daddy 3/4 of an inch, there you go. That's how they're going to line up. It's crazy to think about, like, you know, if we had the 10-inch version sitting underneath there and I told you, like, hey, you know, this little sucker right here, this one tool will replace every wrench in that box that I just showed you. I knew that was going to happen. I just knew it was going to happen. But if I were to tell you, like, man, yeah, this is going to replace that entire wrench set, you're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I could see that. It looks like it might even have increased capacities. And that would be more than correct. This is obviously dwarfs this entire tool. The catch is to imagine that something 4 inches in size that literally fits in your palm, fits in a lot of you's like little key pocket, your 5th pocket on your pair of jeans. To know that this can replace that entire SKX frame wrench set is insane. And that's not to slight this, because this isn't a toy, even though it looks like one. It's like, it's functional. There's kind of a, sounds like a bird's trying to break in. It's sort of distracting, I'm not gonna lie. But something I like here, I hope it's not barnyard swallows. Those are the one things I don't really like. But you can see we draw a lot of similarities to the Cobra XS, aside from, you know, the difference in color schemes. You've got made in Germany on this side, very nice textured grip, smooth on the insides. I thought Knipex was here, but it is not. It's going to be stamped right there. Again, these are not functional. Those are sort of like your view window finders, you know, on the size adjustments with the full-size counterparts. But nonetheless, just really, really cool tool. The other thing people don't seem to realize with these, and something we can talk about, if I were to come in, you know, with my bad thumb and everything and like grab something, this bolt, we'll just grab it. I think it's a 1/2x2 stainless, okay? If I apply that pressure, you know, maybe I can spin it free, maybe I can't. You know how there's like, you're turning screws or something, or bolts, and you're trying to fasten them? I was doing that earlier today at work, you know, and you like get to a point and like, you can't do anything. You're like, man, you know, do I have to chase these threads? What's the deal? You grab your ratchet and socket and boom, it's effortless, right? So this, on that note, is going to have, believe it or not, a leverage 10 times greater than your hand. So like whatever we do here on the back end, here at the jaws, since they are parallel in construction, we get 10 times greater force applied. So if you're like me, you know, and you can't really grip that well because of a thumb injury, boom, this little guy here, I can hold that pretty decent, and so I get 10 times the amount of leverage that I would regularly apply. So these, again, I don't have a clue when they're going to be back in stock. I really wish they wouldn't have sold out this afternoon. I think they lasted like 4, maybe 5 days. I don't know how many they had on hand. Ideally, you would see in this video and be like, oh, I didn't know they had them in stock. That's amazing. And you would have gone and you would have been able to buy one. Can't do that, but like I said, the Cobra XS is in stock, as is their special Habitat for Humanity version. That, in my opinion, I know there's a lot of you that collect anything, especially low numbers like that. 100 is not very many. So any collectors, you'll want to jump on that while you can. I did catch Colin before the end of the day. I wanted to make sure, like, hey, if I, you know, mention this, are they like going to be there still? They should still have some, but they're probably also going to sell out this weekend. Bottom line, if you want this and you want to help KC Tools support their local Habitat for Humanity, buy them as soon as you see this video, right? Again, I make nothing off of that. I'm looking out for you in this case. I don't want you to say, man, I wish I would have had, you know, like, even if it was the last one or number 99, I wish I would have had one of those. You're going to have to act fast because they will be gone. Now, the good news is, if they are gone, they also had stock of the standard Cobra XS, so keep that in mind. But the threshold once more, $75 for free shipping. Really not a problem if you keep a wish list or you need some other items here. Now, coming in, this is kind of a special deal. I'm gonna close it for reasons you'll understand at a later date, but I've been using it these last couple of nights here in the shop. This is the smallest pliers wrench I personally own. This one is going to be, when you see that 150 in the part number, pay no attention to what's after it. In fact, let's flip it over so you can see that. 150, obviously, we convert that over to inches. This is going to be our 6-inch pliers wrench, right? So the step in between, you think, well, is there a 5-inch? There actually is a 5-inch. There's a 5-inch pliers wrench. It would be similar to my 5-inch Cobra. You basically, in the ladder of XS, this is going to be the smallest Knipex makes. Okay, there's no comfort grip, no multi-component grip, nothing. It's a bare handle. Big reason for that, in my opinion, is probably just at this point, it's literally going in your pocket. You know, when people say everyday carry or little buddy companion, whatever you want to call it, you might have a belt pouch, you know, you might have a pouch for these. Maybe you slide these in your back pocket. Anytime you go in the front pocket with a textured grip, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what differentiates between the two scenarios, but I just know from personal experience, it's either really smooth in and out, or it doesn't want to go in and it doesn't want to come out. Bare handles, you eliminate that issue 100%. So my logic on them not having any handle at all, you know, in terms of padding or textured grip or dipped even, is just easier in and out of your pocket, because this is legitimately small enough to go in and out of your pocket. We all know somebody that walks around like 7-inch, you know, stuff hanging out of their pockets, but this is legitimately, it's like the concealed carry pliers wrench. Okay, you can do that if you're so inclined, and you're not going to get hung up going in or out of your pocket. There's also, you know, like belt clips and, you know, whatever you've got, you can drop this in, and you can literally have it with you at any point in time. And in the case of the pliers wrench, you can tackle fasteners up to 3/4 of an inch, which is pretty crazy to think you can get, like, you know, 1/2-inch capabilities out of that. So the 5-inch versions, whenever you step up to the 125, you will get, you know, the textured, you know, handles. 6-inch is next. Then you have a roughly 7-inch, you know, the 180s here. I do have a 7, no, that's for another video. Better not say too much. And then past that, you get into like the full-size 10-inch stuff. So since this is like a standalone, dedicated only to the pliers wrench, and sort of like filling you in on the Knipex, you can make the best decision for you. Obviously, you know, like, to me, this was a really small tool, and it works. That's why there's masking tape on it. I go into places I can't go with other pliers, you know. It grabs good, which a lot of times things that would fit in those areas doesn't do. Masking tape was there to protect stuff. There's no jaw protectors for the small sizes like that. These here, and you think, oh, nobody uses jaw protectors. I use jaw protectors. I don't know. I think you can see there, this is just a 10-inch pair of Cobras. And then what I do with these is actually a lot of like high-end AN PTFE hose assembly and stuff. And I think I was using these on something else. I go through, I'm telling you, I don't put them in all the tool hauls, but I'm actually a guy that uses the jaw protectors, so that's a value to me. But I wish you could back order that. I think the logic is they're not quite sure on a concrete restock date, I would assume, what's happening. But in the events, you're like, man, those are so cool. You know, I didn't know they made pliers wrenches smaller than that. You can probably go and find a 5 or 6-inch one in stock if you want to pull the trigger there and then say, hey, you know, this has been great, but I need one even smaller. Or he was right, you know, that is kind of a pain to get in and out of my pocket. That one's going to be sweet when it's in stock. If you got your account at KC Tool, put it on your wish list. That way, like I said, you know, like if 7-inch Cobra is tool of the day and it's on sale for, let's say, $59, and you're sitting there, you're like, oh, cool. But then you go to check out and you see your freight is like $7 to $15. If you can replace that, and I've said this since the beginning, if you can replace that with an actual item, you know, be it this or, you know, like a couple screwdrivers, whatever, I would much rather have $75 of tools with free shipping than $60 of tools with 15, you know, bucks of freight. That's just the way I operate. Do what you will. Sometimes, like, the tool of the day is like super cheap. You know, it's like $7 or something, like Philo T-handle here recently. Keep in mind, you know, like if you have that wish list ready, it's a quick way for you to be like, okay, hey, I wanted this. This was something that I was wanting to pick up, and just build your way up to free freight. Or if it's cheap enough, you know, just, well, I'll pay, you know, $5 in freight. Just, you know, suck it up and deal with it. But again, trying to do what I can to help you for your convenience. Now, just kind of more bonus stuff here before we get to some other things. What would my most used pair of Knipex be? It's honestly probably the Pliers wrench, just with the jaw protectors. And in terms of the Cobras, it might be my quick sets, but the most used like Cobra or Pliers wrench type of thing would be the alligator. No one ever gives the alligator much love or attention, but I have used the absolute snot out of these. This is if you're trying to like convert, you know, your parents, grandparents, you know, aunt, uncle, whatever, and they're like old school diehard, you know, tongue and groove type of stuff. This is the stepping stone. This is their gateway drug to the push button. Okay. It's little, since you see the whole thing, it's much easier to articulate. I use these for all kinds of crud. In part, if I'm outside, I don't have to worry about like getting dirt in the spring. Also, you know, like those are like expensive, and these aren't as expensive, and so I'm, you know, a little more willing to be reckless with them. You know, they're what I have in hand. The handles are actually very dirty, but they look fairly clean on camera. But I do want to take some time and kind of show you how these have held up. I'm not sure how long I've had these. I would say they were picked up pretty early on in the you know, discovery of German tools. But the jaws, they've held up very well. These, I was doing a lot of you know, spring clamps with these. It's kind of awkward, but once you figure it out, it works really well. What I've kind of switched to for some of the bigger ones are like the tight spaces. Those weird Wiha ones with the lock thing that I didn't really like, they work really well for that stuff. And I think it's in part just because it automatically opens as far as it can, and then you can just manually close it, and I'm able to just maintain pressure on them, and it's worked very well for me. The Cobras that honestly might have seen the most use, the ESs, have seen quite a bit. That's their extra slim, but then these guys here, forever stained with anti-seize. But these jaws still look mint. I probably should have grabbed a pair of 10s, but the bottom line, what I'm trying to showcase is the Knipex stuff lasts. It's not just like a novelty. I know you could see this, and if you're unfamiliar with the brand, you'd be like, what a joke, you know, I'm not going to buy that. Who cares if it replaces 7 wrenches? These are actually very, very good tools if you're completely, you know, living under a rock or just haven't discovered anything yet. You're in for a treat, you know, whether that be your first or your last pickup, you're going to like it. And, like I said, these here, which I cycle these in and out with the Ghidorah and the Stahlwille as well, but one of them might have been a smaller size. I've actually kind of dug into the surface of the Pliers wrench jaw. Again, heavy use. And, I've never known on the AN and PTFE stuff, like it, there's times it's really tight, and I don't know if they're all like that or if it's just me. I don't have leaks, so I assume I'm doing something right, but you know, one of those deals, I suppose. So that is that, though. This is the Knipex Pliers Wrench XS, and about all the detail I know to provide you with all the comparisons I can. Again, essentially, that's the 6-inch. Gives you a very good visual there. The 7-inch Cobra, imagine that was a Pliers wrench. It's essentially almost 2, like if we fold that over. And then obviously, you know, going against the 10-inch, you can just sort of tuck it in. You can almost fit the tool there. But this gives you an idea. Let's go ahead and go max opening for this guy, sort of make it a respectable shooting match here between the two. It's just crazy to me, though, still, that this little guy has the capability of doing 3/4 of an inch. Again, you know, think like 1/2-inch nut and bolt. That's crazy. But for that small versus like everything going on back here, that's a serious capacity. So again, don't just view this as like a novelty item or a toy. Like, there is a lot of practical functionality in these. And again, in the XSs, I personally feel like if you can get by with a 6-inch, That's really good. 5-inch would be like a happy medium, obviously between 6 and 4. But if this is truly in your pocket and you don't have these yet, this is going to be a godsend for you. Because again, like I said, does this want to go in my front pocket? Yeah, it actually did. Does it want to come out? Not really. Back pocket, easy in and easy out. But again, and you got to remember, like, hey, don't sit down. I've got a Cobra in my back pocket. But yeah, that is about it, man, for the Knipex front there. Again, just literally, unfortunately, sold out today. I think, again, I want to say I'm on the site pretty regularly, you know, check tool of the day every day at least. I think they might have come in Monday or Tuesday, and they're gone. So it's going to be a hot seller for quite some time, especially depending on, you know, when the next shipment comes in. I will try personally to update you, you know, like in KC Tool Hauls or live or channel updates or something. I'll try to mention like, oh, hey, by the way, Pliers Wrench XS is back. The YouTube community page, I might do it. Just again, so if you want that, you can snag it. As mentioned, the Cobra XS in stock, as is the special limited edition. I think mine will be here tomorrow, probably. I ordered it, I guess the first day they did it, so it probably will come tomorrow. Obviously, I can't wait for the mail and make the video and have this up at 9 because time doesn't work that way. But I should have it. I'll try to get pictures up since I've mentioned it here, and it'll be totally gone. But again, if you want to help KC Tool, support a good cause, Habitat for Humanity, you know, even if it's you volunteer locally maybe type of a deal, it's a great way for you to do that and get the special limited edition Cobra XS, right? So like I said, if you plan to pick that up, let me know. If you've already ordered, let me know. If you go to the site and you missed it, let me know, because I try. I really do try. You know, like, that's one of the things I want people to watch my channel to be like, oh, hey, you know, this stuff it's available, it's here, and I want you to be able to be like the people that get it. You know, it's like, hey, how did you get that? Oh, I watched that guy that talks too much about his tools. You know, you should too. It at least keeps you up to date on this stuff. On that front, we're going to cover something that's honestly pretty sad. I don't know the you know, particulars or the background or anything, but Wiha, my beloved Wiha, some of the first tools I ever brought in, the black and blue 3K handles. That was literally, that's how I discovered German Tool Reviews channel. And that's how I, you know, was like, okay, I'm buying from KC Tool for the first time. I was looking for screwdrivers, number 2 Phillips. I was sick of the ones I had. The Kleins, I'd had like a series of bad luck with the Kleins. I think they've remedied that now, but that was a couple years back. But anyway, those, I've got one here. I think it's the bit holder. I'll just pull out for you. This handle right here, man, I was thinking that is a sweet looking handle. I don't know anything about Wiha. I don't know anything about KC Tool. Is it legitimate? That's how I found German Tool Reviews. I was like, well, you know, this guy hadn't been scammed, so I guess I'll give it a go. And here we are, you know, 58 tool hauls later. I'd say something worked out well for us. But Wiha will no longer be available at KC Tool. This was a decision, I guess, KC Tool made to no longer carry the brand. Again, I have no idea. I don't know if it's like back order production, if it's like a mutual parting of ways, if it's, you know, Lowe's Home Depot issue. I don't know. I don't know if it has to do with more and more of the tools were coming from Taiwan or Vietnam. I have no clue. That's things people have speculated to me. You know, everyone's trying to like figure out what the catch is. I legitimately don't know. I know I make a lot of videos about KC Tool. I'm trying to help them, you know, help them help you, you know, get something cool that's limited edition. But I don't work there. I buy this stuff, you know, so if I knew, I would tell you, but I don't. It's very sad, but the reason I bring that up, if you were unaware, you're now aware, and it's important because KC Tool, in my opinion, was the best place to buy Wiha tools. Yes, you know, Wiha Tools website, you can buy direct from them. Sometimes there's items they have the KC Tool didn't. Sometimes, you know, the price is like really, really close. Sometimes with the big deals, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the same price either way. But if you're like me and you don't like shopping on Amazon, like that was your two options. In KC Tool, like if we were going to buy, you know, that bit that I just showed you, or if we were going to come in and try out the soft finish, you know, this might be like $9 on Wiha's website. KC Tool might have it for like $6.80 or $7. So if you can save money, Most people do that, right, for the same thing. So the reason I'm telling you this, there's a lot of stuff that's just been back ordered forever and it's not in stock. It will never be back in stock at KC Tool. However, they do have some things in stock. Yours truly placed a pretty big order last night. It was stuff I just had like on the pipeline, you know, it wasn't imminent. It was just like, oh, this would be a cool video, I want to try it out. Pulled the trigger on that stuff in a hurry, what was left of it, and I would suggest you do the same. Again, this isn't me. Right at this point in time, I've made nothing off of these videos. I'm not even an affiliate. It's been offered to me. I haven't done it. There's people that have like 2 videos, you know, that are affiliates, and they get money every time you click. No, nothing. If and when I decide to do that, I will let you know, and I'd appreciate your support. But literally, everything I've linked this entire time, I don't make a dime off of. So again, I'm not trying to sell Wiha or help them deplete their stock. I'm not getting a penny from that. I'm, again, looking out for you because the prices and the savings on what you can get is very good at KC Tool, and a lot of that stuff now is like, you know, they've always had sale and clearance prices in addition to Tool of the Day. Now there's a lot of those items that are like, ooh, you know, we're hitting like upper 30s, 40% off in some cases. So if there's anything, you know, like if you're like, oh, well, you know, Vera, they're my favorite screwdriver, I don't even want to mess with this. You're going to have a hard time getting sets very quickly. But, you know, like if you need a #1 posi for some reason, or if you're like, oh, well, you know, #2 Phillips is what I use the most, I'd sort of like to try them since that dude talks about them all the time. Buy it while you can and while you can get it at a discounted price. That's all I'm going to say. Again, I don't know the particulars. Obviously, I'm a big fan of KC Tool. I'm also a big fan of Wiha. So I preferred buying my Wiha tools from KC Tool, but you know, it's one of those things, not going to be an option moving forward. So that's again, it's just kind of sad because, like I said, I mean, that was literally what drew me, was those black and blue 3K handles back in the day. And again, that's German Tool Reviews. If you haven't checked his channel out, if you're like, man, this guy talks too much, German Tool Reviews, go to his shootout videos. He covers, it's almost like a pre-project farm deal, but specific to German tools. Covers a lot of stuff and does it very scientific. If you, again, he hasn't been active in a while, so videos tend to get buried, but just type in, you know, like German plier tools shootout or something, you'll probably find his channel, and that's like a nice compliment to what I do here. You know, if especially if you're like, well, I've got 10 to 15 minutes and I want to see 5 plier wrenches go head to head, that's your guy. You know, so be sure to check. Card was about to time out there, but again, that's that black and blue 3K that led me to German Tool Reviews, that led me to KC Tool. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad, like I said, because that's, if it wasn't for that, like if I would have found those at Fastenal, you know, type of a deal, and I was still using Fastenal, which for a while, you know, that was like my big supplier, I'd have been like, hey man, I need you to get these for me, and I never would have found KC Tool. But as fate had it, the stars aligned and everything went together, and yeah, like I said, just, it's sad. So a lot of people speculating, you know, I don't know the particulars about Lowe's and Home Depot. I know, like, I'd like to say it's 50-50, but I honestly think it's more like 60-40 that people prefer Home Depot over Lowe's. It's kind of, I think it might be like a regional thing. A lot of it comes down to who manages or doesn't manage your store. And by doesn't manage, I mean like the guy that has that title and just sucks at his job and doesn't do it, because that happens a lot at those stores. But and that's why KC Tool was great. You know, I don't have to go in and find the product in the back and check stock online and tell them their truck came last night and they haven't stocked it because the people are back in college, and then tell them that the 2 self-checkout, by the time I leave, I've done the job of like 5 people, but I didn't get paid, and it irks me, and that's why I don't like going in either one of them. But if I had to pick one, it would be Home Depot. But hey, I don't know. That's a little bit of triad there. We'll try to stay out of it. But bottom line, like I said, there is some Wiha stuff available. You're not like, there was a lot of sets, I'm not gonna lie, I would have bought. Like, I would have gotten the foam tray with the micro finish extra heavy duty, that striking cap and hex bolster, would have bought one of those. I don't need it, but I would have totally bought a soft finish set in a foam tray. The measure ups are totally gone. I always thought those were cool. They're super useful. The hex keys, like, you know, yeah, Vera's Hex Plus is great. Wiha makes pretty dang good hex keys too. Yes, their pliers are made in Vietnam. For the money, like, you got to keep in mind though, you're also not paying Knipex XS or Stahlwille prices, you know. So all I'm trying to say is get on there. If there's anything you wanted, anything on your wish list, if you wanted a full set of soft finish drivers and they're gone, see if you can buy an individual, because again, it's from KC Tool. You can pile it on with your Habitat for Humanity, get free freight, and you're going to save more money now than you will if you buy it conceivably at any point in the future. So moving forward, for the Wiha fans, I've still got lots of stuff actually, you know, from Wiha and KC Tool back here. But personally, I won't be going to Lowe's. I'll be buying from Wiha direct, you know, off their website. That'll be my preferred method. Their big deals is probably going to be the golden ticket for most people. I'm not going to lie. With KC Tool, like, you would have deals where there's always a chance for tool of the day. Stuff cycles through sales or clearance, you know, and you're like, wow, this is a great buy. You're not going to get that, you know, like with Amazon or Lowe's. It's just going to be like the generic stuff, and they're not going to have the big selection that you want. It's going to be like, well, here's some bits, and subsequently you're going to need to go direct to Wiha. Or unless you've got like some industrial supplier that'll order it for you because they don't stock it. They stock Klein. It just opens up a whole can of worms. So personally, if you're curious what I will be doing to acquire new Wiha stuff, which yes, I'm sure I still will buy Wiha, even though KC Tool doesn't have it, I'm going direct. I've done that several times in the past, and I'm going to do that, I guess, standalone moving forward. So that's the sad news, but the great news is the Pliers Wrench XS is here, and you wanted to see a video on it, and I was able to get it done for you. So now I just got to get inside, cool off, edit this video, upload it, have it ready for you. Since we're still talking though, what I want to know from you, again, it literally screwed my system over waiting for the twin grip, because I would typically, like right now, this is 58. This is next in line because I haven't recorded any. Typically, like, I would have had like 63 or 64, like another 6 to 7 videos ready to go, just able to be released. And then I would have had to make, ooh, you know, what do I do here? Number it 65 or just special video? This gets to be 58 because I have a huge backlog here of things I didn't record because of the twin grip, you know, waiting on them. So what I want to know from you, in the KC Tool hauls, and I'll probably have a poll on this as well, what I need to know, do you like to see like a Knipex haul from KC Tool, a Hazette haul, look at all this entirely Stahlwille, ooh, Ghidorah's here, or do you like just a grab bag where it's like Knipex, Stahlwille, Ghidorah, Wiha, you know, Vera, Philo? Let me know, because I would typically do it by order, you know, like if I get stuff in, I make the video on it, and it's just a grab bag. Sometimes, you know, like stuff would stack, and I'd be like, yeah, you know, it'd kind of be cool if I just took this Hazette, you know, Cobra type, you know, auto adjust plier and paired it with this ratchet. And currently I can do like all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know what you prefer best. So by all means, let me know on that front. I can make that happen as well. But I'm stoked because these are out of the package and I can start using them. So I'm excited about that. If you know what that is, keep quiet. That'll come at some point in time. Like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff sitting in my floor here. So with that said, I'll quit rambling. My apologies for going so long. Wanted to cover everything I could for you in terms of the size, the differences, the uniqueness of this thing. Also, we have the Habitat for Humanity stuff, which again, that will probably be gone when you see the Saturday. If it's in stock Saturday at 6 p.m., I will be shocked. I don't think it's probably going to last past the weekend. So keep that in mind. And Wiha, for all the Wiha people, for everyone that's like seen me do Wiha stuff and has wanted to try it, go see what you can find, and if you want it, get it. And again, I tell you this, just like Alpha gloves, I plug them all the time. You get 20% off. I don't make a dime, right? So same thing. I am not currently an affiliate with KC Tool or anyone for that matter. So I'm literally doing this for your benefit. I probably could have made a ton of money, you know, over the years, you know, with like if I did affiliate links on Amazon and every website like everyone else seems to do. At this point in time, I've not done that. So truthfully, earnestly, I'm looking out for you, for the collectors, for the people that are like, oh, well, you know, I'll get that and get free freight because I needed this set that was 30 bucks. Do whatever you can do. Enjoy it. Make the most of it. Again, the Wiha stuff is just a sad deal. Don't know the particulars, but like I said, I like both companies. I like both, you know, the products they've offered, and never had any problem buying Wiha from KC Tools. So moving forward, I'll be going direct. So I'll try to remember to link their website, and again, not tied in there. So like I said, if I ever decide to do that, I'll let you know. But a lot of people have told me I should do that because they want to like help me out, I guess, to have more money to buy more stuff, I guess. But yeah, right now, no, I'm getting nothing from that. It's just, I'm literally saying you can save money on Wiha really big, what's left of it. And also, this is, I don't know if it'll mainly be collectors going after the Habitat for Humanity serial numbered ones, or if it's just like people are like, oh, well, cool, I wanted one, it's for a great cause, I can't wait to use it. I honestly don't know. So if you've ordered one, or if you plan to order one, or if you planned to but couldn't, where do you fall in that? Would this special edition XS, would that be something that like stays in the toolbox or is proudly displayed, or is that like, well, I'm going to use it every day, I paid $50 for it? Because I could honestly see that being more of a split than you would think. But of course, anytime serial numbers are involved, collectors, you know, tend to appreciate it. So we'll see. It will be interesting to track that. But the Pliers Wrench XS is the star of the show. This thing is sweet. I might actually literally carry this with me. 3/4 of an inch, that like covers, I really like 15/16. If this would go to 15/16 for 5/8, I would be just on cloud 9 right now. But 3/4, this covers all the stupid lag screws I deal with. This covers all the odd sizes. It's 1/2-inch bolts that they run the steel straps into the motor that I then have to run a hex plug into. And so this 3/4 here, it would be great. So I don't know. I think I'm probably going to have this in my pocket come Tuesday, because it's Labor Day and I don't go to work on Monday. So I shouldn't say that because I might have to. But currently I don't have to, and I'm pretty happy about that. So come Tuesday, I think that'll be joining me at work. So we'll see how we like it there. But yeah, 4-inch versus 5-inch, 6-inch. You've seen the big sizes. You know about Wiha. You know about the special stuff. It's about all I got for you. So please, by all means, let me know what you would prefer in terms of, you know, like all Knipex versus a total grab bag potluck type of deal. Similarly, I have some older polls on the community tab. If you scroll down, I was shocked that people were voting for the Vulcan welder, you know, over some of the other ones I listed. But I was asking about TIG welders, and I ran a poll. It's still active. You can still vote in it. And I'm curious what you think would be the better TIG welder from the choices. So check that out. We're also really, really close, like maybe 70 subscribers away from 5,000. At the 5,000 mark, I'm a man of my word. I haven't done it yet because we're not at 5,000. But when we hit 5,000, I'm going to order some Matco tools. It'll be my first time buying or using anything from Matco that I'm aware of. And I was looking for suggestions. If you have any, check that poll out. Leave a comment there for me. And we will try to make that happen as well. So there you go. It's hot. I need to get a fan on. Got to clean this up so I can get back to work. But Knipex, I gotta say, this is a pretty sweet little setup here, the Pliers Wrench XS. So let me know, for those of you that have had the Cobra XS, and you most likely in that case have the 5-inch, 6-inch, 10-inch, several, how are you liking it without the push button? You know, do you find that you like it better? Are you missing it? You know, do you find like it binds and it's cumbersome and you wish you had the push button? Because that's something, I've used this. You can actually, it's kind of dirty. I don't remember what I was doing with it, but I know I've used it. And personally, I kind of like the 5. But again, that's not like projected pocket use. This I'm literally going to carry in my pocket. So I'm going to see how I like it. Hopefully lint doesn't screw it up, because Lord knows there's a lot of that in my pockets. So I guess we'll find out. And like I said, I can't wait to much as I hate to say it, I can't wait for Tuesday because I'm going to have that guy with me. So I'll try to update you, see how I like it, see if the lint jams it up. We have to report back to Knipex with some engineering issues. It can't handle lint or something like that. But yeah, super stoked about it. I was able to get one. Hopefully you got your order in as well. If y'all want me when stuff like this surfaces, if you want me to kind of like update you, let me know. I can do that, whether it's the community tab, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Let me know. But I'm going to quit rambling because it's less for me to edit. So sorry for going on and on, but exciting new tools, promotions, the limited edition, sad stories and sales. I do what I can for you. So bottom line, I hope everybody has a fantastic Labor Day. Hopefully you get to spend some time with your family and friends. Maybe cook out, maybe do some burnouts. Just enjoy yourself, have a good time. And if you want to support Habitat for Humanity and KC Tool, hopefully you can cash in on one of the limited edition. Again, there's 100 of them. So if you see this video and you want it, I would suggest you get it immediately. So otherwise, you're probably going to miss out. But with that said, let me know your thoughts on all this. LoneStarMopars.com is the website. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all three at Lone Star Mopars. With that said, enjoy your Labor Day. I will catch you back here for more action from the shop.